Come away, O human child, the waters and the wild, with a fairy hand in hand, from the world more full of weeping than you can understand. I didn't start writing until I was 66, and I couldn't get over how astonishing it was. I couldn't wait to see what I had written.
It's easy to fall into solitude, and a writer cannot create in solitude.
The purpose was to create a learning and nurturing environment for writers on Cape Cod, something that really didn't exist.
Come here for a very supportive collegial environment where you'll get a lot of content. You know, you'll learn a lot about the craft.
You come into it with an open mind, you'll get a lot out of it, and I don't think that's untrue for anybody.
It might be that, you know, the perspective in first person from, say, a young point of view is giving you information that couldn't possibly come from that voice. So that sounds inconsistent to the reader.
It says something, but it gets you from there to where she really wants you to be, which is on her blog and her longer posts.
One of our keynotes is Lisa Genova. She's a best-selling New York Times author, and her two books were Still Alice and Left Neglected.
My interest in Alzheimer's, which would then sort of change my path and sort of fuel my need to become a novelist, came next. And it started when I learned that my 85-year-old grandmother had walked to the bowling alley in the middle of the night, thinking it was the middle of the day, looking for her bowling team.
Another program we're proud of is the Young Writers Program, and as its title implies, it's for students who live on Cape Cod, young people who live there during the summer. They have an opportunity to work with professional writers, poets, other kinds of authors, and it's held off-site, but rather close to the conference.
I want to steal that board in the depths of night and rip it to pieces with my powerful jaws. That would surely get rid of those despicable humans and send them running to a different continent.
And the thing you get from writing is that you have other people who are as miserable as you are. So misery loves company.
The greatest highlight really is to meet people and talk about what you do. Talk about the writing and get actual real feedback from people who do the same thing.
Not just fellow writers, but with agents, with editors, with successful published authors.
But I think that the last sentence is so telling because it does give us their age, you know, kind of the time frame, the age.
Right, before they got interested in boys and started noticing.
They have been given the tools, advice, so that they can be more confident as writers, that they can walk away going, wow, I learned something I didn't know before.
The brown mice bob round and round the oatmeal chest, for he comes, the human child, to the waters and the wild, with a fairy hand in hand, from a world more full of weeping than he can understand.